Welcome to Kendra's Artistic Crochet Designs. And we are going to make another coaster today. It's Monday. And we are going to do this star in a circle. Yeah, star inside a circle with the red, white, and blue um, for 4th of July. So we're going to do that next. I think that looks pretty cool. And we are going to start with our blue. So we've got like a royal blue, a red, and a white. And we're going to start out with a royal blue. And we need to chain yeah, this is right. We need to chain 21. Alright, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 1. And the reason why I'm kind of looking at this is because this is the first time that I do not have a main color all the way across. So this is going to be interesting. We are going to be switching colors right on the chain, and never done that before. We are going to push through this. I didn't even think of that when I made that graph. So anyway, in the second chain from the hook, we're going to single crochet, and then you're going to single crochet in every chain across. No, we're not. I'm sorry. We are single crocheting in the first 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 7. All right, we are going to switch to red right here. And I'm leaving the blue behind because I'm going to bring in another blue on the other side. We need 6 red. So I am going to try to cover as much as this of this tail as I possibly can. So 6 red. There's 1, 2. I know working with the chain is fiddly anyway, but I think we can get through this. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now we're gonna pull out a blue. Bring the blue in, and we're gonna leave this red behind now. So you should have 7 chain left. So a total of 21 stitch or 20 stitches, not 21. We should have 7 left. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. It looks like we're going to have that. There's 5, 6, and 7. Alright, so there is what row 1 looks like of this. So row 2, we're going to chain 1 and turn, and I'm going to continue with bringing this end up and working this end in so I don't have to worry about sewing it in later. We need 6 now. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the wrong side. Did we do 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 6. All right. Then we're going to switch over to red. We need 8 red. So there's 1. And I did the front loop, yes, because we're on the back side on that one. Here we go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then we're going to switch over to blue, and the last 6 are blue. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Let's chain 1 and turn. See the front. So this is the this is row 2 of that. That looks good. All right, so let's mark those 2 off. And then we'll do row 3. And we're going to start out with 5 blue in row 3. So there is 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we'll bring in the red. And we're on the front side, so we need 2 red next. So there's 1 and 2, and then we're going to bring in the white. And we need to put 6 white in here. Back loops on here. I'm leaving that red behind because I'm going to bring in another red. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then we're going to bring in the other red. We need 2 red on the other side of that white. And then 5 blue at the end. Alright, so there's 1, 2, and then bring in the blue, leave that red behind. Still working on this end. I work these tails in as I go because it's just a lot easier than sewing them in. So we have 5 blue here at the end then. Alright, and that is row 3. That's what row 3 looks like. That looks cool. Alright, so now let's mark that off. Chain 1 and turn. And we need 4 blue to start out with in row 4. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're on the back side, aren't we? Yes, we are. So we need 2 red then. So there's 1 and 2. And then we're going to switch over to white. And we need 2 white. Oh goodness. So there's 1 and 2. I'm bringing this red with me because I think we can just bring it with us and then switch over to it. And I'm going to try it. So now we need 4 red in the middle here. 2, 3, and 4. And I just brought that white with me. And then we'll switch over to the white. And we need 2 white, 2 red. So I'm bringing this red with me still. Now I can switch over to the red again, and we need 2 red, and then switch over to the blue, and we should end up with 4 blue at the end. So this should have a mirror effect. I don't know if the whole thing does, but the beginning of this is a mirror effect, because whatever's on this end is on this end. So far we have a little mirror effect going here. Alright, so let's chain one and turn, and this is what, yeah, that's fine. This is what it looks like, and that is row 4. Row 5. Let's switch over to we have our blue. We need 3 blue first. Then we're going to switch over to red. And we're on the front side, so we need 2 red here. And I don't know why I'm carrying that blue with me. That blue needs to stay behind. Two red, and then switch over to our white here. Well, that didn't work. Alright, and now we need 2 white. Yes, 2 white. So 32. I am bringing up this other red that I had down below. I'm going to bring it up. And we're supposed to have 6 red. So which I can't figure out how we do that. Oh, you know what? I know what I did wrong. Okay, we skipped a stitch. Alright. This first white goes in this red one. And I actually skipped that stitch. There we go. Now we can bring up this red. And then we're going to do 6 red. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I've got another white I'm going to bring in here for this side. We need 2 white. we're going to need a third red one, I think. All right. You're definitely going to need a third red one. So, so it, like 6 red, 2, just like we did this side, it is 2 white, 2 red, 3 blue. It repeats. So 2 white, 2 red, and 3 blue. And then we'll be back for row 6. Alright, so we're here for row 6, but I wanted to tell you that I forgot to tell you about the bobbins. You're going to need 3 blue bobbins, 3 red bobbins, and 2 white bobbins so far. So, anyway, row 6, we're going to start out with 2 blue. And where's the red? Right there. And then we're going to switch over to red. And we need 2 red. And then switching over to white, you're going to need 2 white. And then bringing back the red. Goodness gracious. You're going to need another white too. Bobbin. What if we're going to try to carry this one and see if it'll make a difference. Alright, so we're going to carry this white over. So we need 2 red here. And then switch over to the white. And we need 3 white. One, 2, and 3. But we need to take that red with us. Yeah. And that's not even right. Okay, hang on a second. Alright, row 6. We've got 2 blue, 2 white, 2 red, 2 white, 2 red. And then we need the blue. Alright. I wondered. Okay, hang on a second. We do not need to carry that white over because it's blue. I was looking at the one down below it. Alright, so two red, and now we need to bring in the other blue bobbin, which is the third one. And then we need 4 blue here in the middle. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we're switching over to white. And we 2 white. No, is it red? Nope, it's 2 red. Alright, so let's bring this side up over. Two red, then bringing up the white, and 2 white, which I'm bringing this red over with me. And then switching it out for the red and do 2 red and 2 blue. Yes. So 2 red and then 2 blue. Alright. That was row 6. Let's see what this looks like now. Alright, pretty cool looking. Looks like we got a little bit of half of the circle going there. Row 7. We need 1 blue this time. This blue is going to disappear, I think. Yes, it disappears after this row. So 1 blue, then we're going to bring in our red. And we need 2 red. And then we need to bring in our white. And there's 2 white. Hang on though, I need to carry that red with me. Alright, turn it to red now. And now I need 2 red. I need this white again. So I'm carrying this white over with me. So I need 2 red and 1 white. And then we need blue. We are going to need 5 blue. So there's 1, 2, 3. That stitch I made too tight. 4 and 5. So on this side I need a white. So let's bring a white over. Pull that blue down, there we go. So we're going to put 1 white here, and then we're going to switch over to red. And I need 2 red. No, 1 red. We need 1 red, and then switching over to white. And we needed to carry that. Alright, here's the red. 1 red. Now switch it over to white. We need 1 white, or 2 white. Let's take this red with me. We need that red. Alright, so 2 white. And 2 red and 1 blue at the end. There's 1 and 2, and then we have our last one is blue. Alright, so that is row 7. Alright. Okay, row 8. The blues on the ends are disappearing. So what I should have done was finish this last stitch with the red coming up out of there. There we go. And then we'll chain 1 and go from here. There we go. So now we're on the back side. So we need we need 2 red here. And then we need a white. And we need 2 white. But we're going to take this red with us. Where's my stitch? There it is. Come on, get in there. There's 1 and 2. And then switching over to red. Now we're going to need to bring this white with us. We need 2. So we did 2 red, 2 white. Now we need 2 red again. So there's 1 and 2. And then we're going to switch over to our white. And then we need 3 white. Leaving that red behind there. So there's 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to bring up the blue. And we need 1 blue. And then we're going to bring this white over here. Switch to the white there. And I'm going to carry this blue with me. And I need to put 3 white in here. So there's 1, 2, and 3. Switching back over to the blue. We're going to put 1 blue in, but we're taking the white with us. And then bringing the red in. Now this blue can stay here now. And now we need 2 red. And switching over to the white. Where'd you go? We need 2 white. And then switch back over to the red and finish it off with the 2 red. Alright. So, let's do a few things here to get some stuff out of our way. Where's my scissors? Alright, first of all, I have this red right here we have not been using, so I'm going to cut it off. And then we're cutting off these 2 blues on each end. Get them out of there. That's the middle one. That red that I cut off, where is that coming from? There. Alright. Eliminate some of this. And then there's these little pieces that I have ends that we're going to cut off the rest of these little pieces of ends here. There we go. Great. Alright, so we're going to chain 1 and turn. And that was row 8. So row 9, we're going to start out with 2 red. Switching over to white. We need 1 white. Just make sure you bring your red with you. And then switch back over to red. and you need 2 red. All right, we'll leave that white there for now. 2 red, and then we need our blue. So we need, yeah, 2, 1, 2. Okay, and then we need 3 blue. So there's 1, 2, and 3. And then we need our white, which is over here in the middle. We need 5 white. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And I'm going to bring in a blue here then for this side. And we need 2 blue, but we need to bring this white with us. So there's 1, and 2, and then we're going to switch over to red. And we need 2 red. So it's 2 red, 1 white, and 2 red. And that finishes it off. So it looks like we've got a little star thing going there in the middle. All right, so that was row 9. And row 10 is next. So chain 1 and turn and start out with 2 red. And then switch over to the white, and it's 1 white, 1 red then. So 1 white and 1 red. And then we need blue. Three of them then, 3 blue. We are on the wrong side, right? Yes. So the white that did I cut off any whites? We are needing another white. I didn't cut off any whites. But we need a white for the middle, so I will be back to get that. Alright, so I guess we're going to need a third white bobbin as well. So we need 3 whites. So it looks like I've got 3 of each color going right now. So 3 whites, 3 blues, and 3 reds. Alright, so we need 5 white. So it's 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we're switching over to the blue, and we need 4 blue on the other side of that. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we need our red. 1 red, 1 white, and 2 red to finish this off, actually. So 1 red, 1 white, and then 2 red. And there is half of our square done. So that's 10 rows so far. And that's what it looks like thus far. Okay, let's mark that off. And we'll start row 11. And row 11, we're starting off with 2 red again. And then 1 white, and 1 red. Alright, so 1 white, 1 red. And then we need 3 blue, so there's 1, 2, and 3. And then we need a white. And we need 7 white. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then we switching over to blue. And we need 2 blue. So there's 1 and 2. And then we need 1 red, 1 white, and 2 red. And that finishes this off. So 1 red, 1 white, and then 2 red. All right, so there is row 11 done. We're going to mark it off. Go to row 12. Alright, so chain 1 and turn. And we're going to start out with 2 red, 1 white, and 2 red. And now we need our white over here. And we are needing 9 white. So, wait a minute. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And then we need to bring up our blue. We need 1 blue. And then we need our red. And it's 2 red, 1 white, 2 red. And that will finish off this row. Chain 1 and turn, and row 12 is done. Alright, so we are starting row 13 off with 2 red, and 2 white, and 2 red. Then we need to go to blue, and we need 3 blue, so there's 1, I'm bringing this white up and carrying it with me. 2 and 3, and then we need 3 white. That's 1, 2, and 3. And then we need to bring this blue up. And we need 3 of those, 3 blue. 1, 2, and 3. And then we need 2 red, 2 white, and 2 red. And that's going to finish off this row. Two red, 2 white, 2 red. And that's 3 blue. Alright. 2 red. Two white, and now 2 red. Alright, and that is 13. Row 13. Row 14 is next. Chain 1 and turn. And alright. I've got 2 blues going in there. And it looks like that I'm going to need 2 more blues. Alright. We will be back for row 14 in a moment. Alright, so row 14, it looks like for the next couple rows we're going to need a couple more blue bobbins. So that's what I was doing, was making 2 more blue bobbins. And at the end of row 13, we need to switch over to blue. So let's finish off that last red one with this blue, and then chain 1 and turn with the blue. We're going to bring this red with us, and we're going to put 1 blue in this stitch here. We are on the wrong side, so dang it. Alright, so bring the red through that blue. And our next 2 stitches are red. So there's 1. I'm bringing up this white. 2. And then we need white, 2 white. So there's 1 and 2, and now I need 2 red. leaving those behind now. So there's 1 and 2. And now we need our blue, and we need 2 blue. So 1, 2, 1 white. Did I do that right? So 1 blue, 2, 2, 2, then 2. Okay, 1 white and then 3 blue. So there's 1, 2, and 3. And I don't know why I took that with me. Oh my goodness. That white needs to stay there. One, 2, and 3. And then we should have 7 stitches left. 2 red, 2 white, 2 red, 1 blue. I think that's not over far enough. I think that white should have been in the middle. Let's go back. Start this row over. Alright. There's something wrong with this row. Alright, so we have the 1 blue and 2 red, 2 white, 2 red, I think it should be 3 blue, because I think that this white needs to be right in the middle. Alright, hang on. Let's do 3 blue. And then the 1 white right in the middle of those 3 whites. And now we need 3 blue on this side. 1, 2, and 3. And then 2 red, 2 white, 2 red. So 2 red, 2 white, and 2 red, and then 1 blue at the end, which is, where's my other bobbin here? There it is. I There. Yes, that looks better. Okay, so that is the pattern. Alright, so that's 14. Is done. And now 15. We're going to chain one and turn. We're starting out with 2 blue, and I'm bringing that red up with me. And then switching over to the red, and we need 2 red. And then we need the white. And we need 2 white and 2 red. I'll bring this red with me. So 2 red, 2 white, and then 2 red. One and 2. And then we need our blue. And we need 2 blue. And 1 white. And then 2 blue. And then we need 2 red, just like the other side. 2 white, 2 red, 2 blue to finish this off. So 2 red, I thought I brought that with me. There we go. And 2 white. Two red. And 2 blue at the end. Alright, now we're going to, that's 15. That's row 15. It looks like our star is just about done. As a matter of fact, the middle part is pretty much done. We are finishing this up on 16 now. So we're going to chain one and turn and start out with 3 blue. So there's 1, 2, and 3. And then we need to bring up our red. And we need 2 red. And 2 white. Alright, so we're going to be, this part is done, so these 3 colors have to be cut out. We are not going to need these 3 colors, these 3 middle colors, that blue, white, blue. And then we're going to switch over here to red, and then leave this white behind. And we need 6 red. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And that means we're not going to need this red. We may leave it. Alright. We need our white. And we need 2 white. So 1 and 2. And then we're going to take this red. And that ain't right. That can't be. Three red. Or no, 3, 3, 2, 2, 6, 6. Then 2, 2 and 3. And why do I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? I still have 6 left. Let's see. Alright. There it is. Yeah, we did it right. Okay, so then we have the 3 blue. I'm not thinking. So 2 white, 2 red, and then 3 blue. Alright. So that is row 16 finished. Row 17. So we're going to chain 1 and turn, and we're going to start out with 4 blue this time. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we're going to switch over to our red. And we need 2 red. Switching to our white. We need 2 white. And then back to our red. We are needing 4 red. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then 2 white. So we should end up with 2 white, 2 red, and 4 blue. Oh, come on. Get in there. Oh, I forgot I needed to bring that red with me. Alright, 2 white. 2 red. And then we have 4 blue. So there's what happened? Oh goodness gracious. I don't know what the heck happened to that stitch. There we go. Yeah, 4 blue at the end. Alright, so there's row 17 finished. Alright, chain 1 and turn. And we're going to start this row out with 5 blue. So there's 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we need our red. So now we need 2 red. Bringing up this white. And now we need 6 white. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then our red on this side, we need 2 red. So there's 1 and 2, and then 5 blue at the end. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Which means that we had was it the white? We need that white. What did we didn't leave anything behind. I don't know why I was thinking we did. Nope, we didn't. Okay. Alright, so that worked out. Alright, 19. We only have 2 more rows to go. So we have 6 blue. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then switching over to red, we have 8 red to do. This middle white, we don't need that white anymore, so we're going to pull it out. Where's that white at? Alright. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then the blue, you should have 6 blue then. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, I missed something. Yes, I missed the stitch. Alright, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Which means this red gets cut out too. And we're done with that white as well. We should only be down to 3 different strands now. So the last row then is 7 blue and 6 red and 7 blue. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and bringing up this red, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then bringing up the blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. All right. So there it is. All 20 rows done. We've got our little star inside of our circle. That's cool looking. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew in all my ends, and then we'll be back to do the border on this. I'll see you then. Alright, so we're going to start by single crocheting. We need 3 single crochets in this first stitch. And this is the border here we're doing. And then we're just going to single crochet in each stitch across. Until you get down to the end, and you get to the corner. At the last stitch here is the corner, and you need to put 3 single crochets in there. So there's 1, 2, 3. All right, and then you're just going to single crochet at the end of each row until you get down to the end. And then make sure on the corners you're putting 3 single crochets in the corners. So I will see you for round 2 of this border. Okay, so we're going to chain 1 here, and in this first stitch here we're just going to single crochet, chain 2, and single crochet, and then we're going to do that in the next 2 stitches too. Single crochet, chain 2, and single crochet, and then going down the sides, that's what you do in the corners. Going down the sides, you're going to skip the next one and then do that in the next one. So we're single crocheting, chain 2, single crochet, skip the next one, single crochet, chain 2, and single crochet. And just keep doing that, skipping or putting this stitch in every other stitch. And then when you get to the corner here, you're putting that stitch in all 3 of the corner stitches. And then once you get around the corner, you start skipping stitches again and putting that stitch in every other stitch. So it'll look like this once it's done. Look pretty cool. Okay, so anyway, I hope you guys had a lot of fun making this star in a circle with coaster with me. I want to thank you guys for watching. Have a great day, and bye bye now.